Hey everyone, can you guys hear me? If you can hear me and you're on our live, write in the comments, I hear you. Hey everyone, can you guys hear me? So I think everyone is hearing me okay, which is good. So we're so happy you joined us tonight. Thank you. Thank you for letting me know that you hear us. So excuse me if you see my face, I might be looking left, right, up, down, because I have a lot of things at play. So just keep that in mind. But we're so excited to have you join us for our first bedtime bookworm reading. So listen carefully. I want to make sure that we're really enjoying our time together. So use your keyboard and type your first name your first name or your favorite nickname so that we know who all is here with us this evening. And while you're getting ready to type that, I'll tell you my name. My name is Arlesia Miller or Dr. Miller. And my nickname, so I have a couple of nicknames. One of my nicknames is Elisa. Very simple, right? Another nickname that my dad used to call me is Muffin. So that's probably my favorite nickname. I don't like anyone else calling me that, but that is my favorite nickname, Muffin. What's your name? Okay, good. I see Kyra, see DJ. Awesome. All right. I see another comment too. All right. All right. Thank you guys for participating. So that's what we'll do. Like every time we do a reading, I want to make sure that we can talk to one another. So there'll be moments where you can go ahead and type something in the comments. So that way it's like a check in point. Make sure we're all in this together. We're all enjoying ourselves and understanding what we're reading. So we are live from Philly. Are you from Philly? Let us know if you're from Philly. Put in there from Philly or put in where it is you from. Let us know where you're coming from. Philly in the house. Okay. All right. So as you guys are getting yourselves together and making sure that we know who is represented here with us tonight, I'm going to keep things moving. So we're with each other for about 40 minutes from 7 to 7:40. So tonight we are going to start by saying welcome, welcome, welcome to our bedtime bookworm series. So we will do this every other week at the same time, 7 p.m. So we're going to get started. We're going to begin reading about Fannie Lou Hamer. As you see on the screen right now, we are sharing various pictures and pages from this particular book. So if you begin to love this book, it's a long book, so we won't read the whole book tonight. It'll be too much. But we're going to read two different pieces from this book tonight and kind of like do a couple of things in between. But if you're interested in this book, write it down so that way you know the name of it, Voice of Freedom, Fannie Lou Hamer, and let your parent know, your guardian know. Maybe it's something that you can order online, or maybe it's something you already have. Maybe you can put on your Christmas list, whatever it is. Make sure you know the title. So we're going to begin reading about Fannie Lou Hamer, and she is known as the Voice of Freedom. She is a singer. Do we have any singers with us tonight? If so, type in real big caps, me, with all these exclamation points, if you are a singer. And if you're not a singer, just put no, not it. Wait for some comments to come in. Now, personally, I wouldn't call myself a singer. Can I sing? Sure. I've been a part of a choir for a very long time. My school choirs, church choirs, things like that. But I wouldn't necessarily call myself a singer. But I do love to sing, and I could hold a note. Any singers? We got any singers with us? All right. We got a singer. Okay, I see the me. Good stuff. Okay. If you're not a singer, that's okay. Everybody can't do it. You may have some other talents, but Miss Fannie Lou Hamer, she is a singer. So let me go ahead and get started. I'm going to turn my video off so that way we can focus on our story of the evening. Sunflower County, Mississippi. Minister Malcolm X once called me the country's #1 freedom fighting woman. But nothing about my beginnings would make you think anyone beyond these parts would ever hear my name. Mississippi, I was born here, the youngest of 20 children. You guys know what a freedom fighter is? If you think you know what a freedom fighter is, tell me what you think it is in the comments. If you had to sum it up like in 1 or 2 words, maybe 3, what's a freedom fighter? Is it a person? Is it a thing? Go ahead and type it in the comments. So while comments are coming in, freedom fighter is very simple. Freedom fighter is a person who fights for freedom. Simple enough, right? A person who fights for freedom. And did you hear what I said? She said I'm the youngest of 20 children. I mean, she has 19 brothers and sisters. How many siblings do you have? Do you have a big family like that? Or are you the only child? Do you have one brother, one sister, 5 brothers, and you're the only girl? I like that. Some comments are starting to come in for freedom fighter, a person who fight for justice. Yes. Perfect description. A person who fights for justice. Now, what about your siblings? How many you got? Miss Fannie Lou, family of 20. She had 19 brothers and sisters. I got one. You got one brother or sister, one sibling. Okay. I have one as well. I have a brother. I'm the oldest. So, I'm the better one because I'm the oldest. So don't tell him that though. But yeah, so I have one. So I come from a small, intimate family, not anything that big. I can't imagine having that many siblings. So Miss Fannie Lou, my folks, James and Lou Ella Townsend, were sharecroppers in Sunflower County, in Sunflower County in the Delta, where the soil was as rich as black folks was poor, where cotton was king and Jim Crow the law. When I was born on October 6th, oh, that just passed, y'all. Oh, actually, it's today. October 6th is her birthday. When I was born on October 6th, 1917, the plantation owner paid my mother $50 for producing a future field hand. The money helped my family through the winter. Child, I'm a proof that the Delta birthed the blues. You guys know what a sharecropper is? She said her family, her folks, her mom and her dad, they were sharecroppers. What do you think sharecroppers are? I'm not going to give you any hints. Sharecroppers. Anybody out there want to let us know what sharecroppers are? All right, you guys might be a little shy. So let me tell you, I'm going to tell you. Maybe you had a thought, but you're not sure. So a sharecropper is a term for when one person farms another person's land. And then the two of them, they share what's produced from that land, from that farm. Okay? So we also talked about Miss Fannie Lou, and today is her birthday. When is your birthday? Mine is February 2nd. I'm not going to tell you what year. I mean, that's nice of Miss Fannie Lou to let us know what year she was born. That's important. That way we can understand the time period. But I was born February 2nd, 19 something. When were you born? What's your birthday? Tell us your birthday in the comments. What month? Was it January, February, March, April, May, December, November, October, September? What month and day were you born? Type it in the comments. Let us know. Okay, we got a March 25th. Nice. This year almost over, so you're coming up with a brand new month soon. About to start a whole new year, whole new beginning. Have August 15th. All right. So we have March, we have August. I told you mine was February, and then Miss Fannie Lou is October. So we got a nice variety in here. All right, so we learned a lot already in Sunflower County, Mississippi, picking cotton in the hot heat. Also learned about her family, coming from a big family, 20 kids, y'all, 20. Now let's get on to our next reading for Mrs. Fannie Lou, The Delta Blues. I was just 6 when I dragged my first bag down a row of cotton. My family, all 22 of us, worked in the field. Wasn't no other work to do. They didn't have no such thing as factories. These factories are something new. From sun up to sundown, due to dark, can see to can't, 20-foot sacks over our shoulders, down miles of rows. We bent to pluck the cotton blossoming out as 100-degree heat beat our backs. The dried bristles cut our knuckles and wrists. We picked 15 tons of cotton a season, but couldn't get ahead for our lives. You see, the scale was always tipped in the owner's favor. Our so called share of the crop never be enough to pay back the money we borrowed from the owner for seed, food, clothing, and supplies. Same sorry situation every season. Black people work so hard and we ain't got nothing to show for it. I told anyone who would listen, sharecropping was just slavery by a gentler name. The same folks still had us in chains. So I want you guys to think about that. Her whole family worked in the cotton fields, picking cotton. She started when she was just 6 years old. Can you imagine working really hard and sweating when you're just 6 years old? You guys are what, 9, 10, and 11. She started working way before. Can you imagine you working before this time? Picking cotton in a hot field, no matter what the weather is. It didn't matter what time of day. And then although her parents were sharecroppers, we discussed what a sharecropper was, right? What do we say a sharecropper was? Tell me in the comments. What do we say a sharecropper was? You guys remember? I'm gonna wait a little bit longer to see if you're gonna type in there what you remember a sharecropper was. Okay, some comments are coming in. Someone who shares land. I like that. That's a part of it. That's definitely a part of it. So we said a sharecropper is when one person farms another person's land, and then the two of them share what is produced off that land. But we just read in Miss Fannie Lou Hamer's Delta Blues that sadly the owner of the plantation that they worked did not share with Miss Fannie Lou's family. Even though they put in all of that work, no matter the weather, they didn't see any return from that. And sadly, many Black people were treated unfair then and are still being treated unfair now. Have you heard of the blues? What about our singers? Those who said they sing. Who said they can sing again? Have you heard about the blues? Go ahead and put in the comments if you know about the blues. Is it a color? Is it darkness? Is it a fruit? Yes. So it's a color. Yes, the color blue. Yes, but what about the blues? Delta blues. Because that's what she named this. That's the name of this particular part that we're reading. It's called Delta Blues, and we heard a lot of sad stuff in this particular section of our reading. So we're hearing some sad things and some realities of the life that her and her family had to live, and they decided to title it Delta Blues. I wonder why they named this part Delta Blues. I wonder if you can think about that for a little bit. So as you're thinking about that and trying to bring together what you think the blues is, let me give you a little bit of info. So the blues, yes, is a type of music. Nice. Yes, I was just about stole it right out my mouth. Yes. So the blues is a style of music. So you're familiar with some other styles too. Yes, it was because they were sad. I mean, they were blessed to be together because they had a big family, and I'm sure they had times of happiness and hugs and laughter within one another. But when you're not treated right, time after time, every day, all day, and you're struggling so much just to have food, maybe clothes and things like, they're not always happy 100% of the time, especially when you're working so hard and sweating and just doing so many hard tasks, no matter what the weather is. It can be challenging. It can make you feel a little sad. And the blues is definitely about sadness, about a reality, about a piece of a sad reality, I should say. So you've heard of other styles of music, and blues is one of them. Yeah, I like the comments that's coming in. Yep. Spirits may have been down. Yeah. Yeah. Spirits were definitely down. We have to keep picking, picking, picking. You know you're supposed to be sharing, and they're not sharing with you. I'm doing all of this work for us and you're not sharing with me. I would be upset too, right? I would definitely be upset. It's not fair. So you've heard of other styles of music. We talked about the blues just now, but another style or genre is what it really is called when you're talking about different types of music, are pop, hip hop, R&B. You heard of those types of music, right? You heard of pop, hip hop, R&B. Type yes in the comments if you heard of it. Or you go ahead and type in your favorite one of those genres. Or if something else that I didn't mention is your favorite, go ahead and put that in the comments. So as you putting those in the comments and thinking about your favorite genre or type of music, whether it's pop, hip hop, R&B, rock, gospel, whatever it might be, let us know. But as you're letting us know, think about it. You heard songs from Beyonce, Taylor Swift, Jay-Z, Drake, Michael Jackson. That's one of my favorites. Michael Jackson, Prince, and so many others. And they all sing a different style or form or genre of music. All right, we have alternative hip hop and R&B. Okay, country music. Yes, country music is another genre. It's actually pretty cool. Country music got some blues in there too. You picked the right song. So country music is pretty cool. We have We have so many different genres that you can, or different styles of music that you can enjoy and get different messages from. And the blues is one of them. And one form of blues is the Delta blues. And just to give you some information, the blues started by former African slaves. This is how the blues started. And these songs included spirituals, praise songs, and chants. And the first blues songs were called Delta blues. So when blues started, they called it Delta blues. So I want you guys to think about any of your any songs that you really like, and maybe you like it because it makes you feel a certain way, or maybe you listen to the words and you feel comfortable with what it's saying because it reminds you of you or your family. Are there any songs out there that you can give us the title of that really can help us maybe understand you a little bit more? I'll start. One of my favorite songs is by Michael Jackson called Man in the Mirror. And I really like that song because although it's a nice beat and it's an awesome person singing it, and it's an awesome song, I like Man in the Mirror because it always reminds me to look at myself and understand what I'm doing right or wrong, and understand what are ways I can do better in helping somebody and sharing and being nice and being kind. It just always reminds me of that. And it also makes me happy to be me. So I like Man in the Mirror. I see somebody like B. Bosman, Smile. I can't think of that song off the top, but Smile. I'm gonna look into that. I like that. If you have any other songs in mind that you really enjoy, type the name of it or even the artist in the comments. So as we get ready to go to bed and have sweet dreams, we're going to listen to one of Miss Fannie Lou's song. It's called Certainly Lord. We don't have to listen to the whole thing. I think it's only like a minute um, or so. Let me see if I can pull it up right now. So that way you can get a feel of what her music was like. All right, let me get it right now. So, as this is getting ready, we do not own the rights to this song, but we do celebrate the life and memory of Miss Fannie Lou Hamer. So I just want to challenge you guys to maybe to look up this book, um, Voice of Freedom, about Fannie Lou, Miss Fannie Lou Hamer, and also maybe even check out her song on YouTube. Check out her song on YouTube. She has a list of songs, so you can check out other songs, not just the one we just shared today, certainly, Lord, but the other ones as well. And just celebrate, think about the things we learned about her, and think about, what we appreciate about our life now, and think about ways that we know it can be better, and maybe we can help things be better as well. So think about that. And remember also that no matter what we go through, we have a voice that needs to be heard. And Miss Fannie Lou made sure her voice was heard through her Delta Blues songs. Think about also, what would your song be if you had to write your own song, just to give us a little glimpse or a piece of what you feel and what you think about things. What would your song be about? Think about that. And as you're thinking about it, whether it's tonight or tomorrow, throughout this next week or so, consider it. Maybe even give it a title. Maybe even consider, like, what would the first two lines be in that song? Would your song rhyme? Would it not rhyme? What adjectives would be in there? I don't know. Just what would you say about your own personal song? And so before our next bedtime bookworms, post a video of you singing your song, or if you're a little shy, post a comment with the words to your song. We want to listen. We want to listen. We want to read what you have to say. We want to know. We want to get to know you. So, whatever way can help us get to know you, we are all for it. So, again, we are meeting for our next Bedtime Bookworms on Tuesday, October 20th. So, remember, we're every other week. So, it's not next Tuesday, it's the Tuesday after at 7 p.m., same place, same time here on Facebook. If at any time you miss one of our readings, they will be on our YouTube page as well, and we'll make sure to remind you on our Facebook page. But we're so happy that we were able to share this time with you, and we were so happy that we're able to celebrate Miss Fannie Lou on her birthday at that. So happy we're able to celebrate her life and all that she's gone through and all and her legacy through song and the fight that she did for us to fight for freedom. We're so appreciative that we can celebrate her today. And I want you to think about how, like I said, your song, what would your song be about? If you had just a couple of words in your song, either sing a song and record yourself singing it and upload it to our page so we can celebrate you, or just post on our page the lines of your song so we can still celebrate you that way. And keep that in mind until we meet again. You have what is it? 2 weeks? You have 2 weeks to go ahead and post that on our page. Post on our page so we can celebrate you, and we'll be glad to hear you sing, especially those singers out there. And we'll read our next reading on Tuesday. So have a wonderful, wonderful night, and we'll see you soon. Thank you for joining us at Bedtime Bookworms.